welcome. Today I'd like to discuss the color changing knives. Before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and perform that effect for you right now. So take a look. Okay, so this is the color changing knives. I'm not sure I like the idea of calling them color changing knives because in my opinion, they really don't change color. Now look, this is the white knife. If I slip it through my hand this way, you can see that, well, it doesn't exactly change color. If I give it a little shake though, it does change color into a black knife, or at least it appears to. Now it really doesn't change color into a black knife. Let me explain what I mean. If I give it a little swipe this way, it appears to change back to white again. Actually what takes place is there's a switch that happens. You probably didn't see the switch, but there's two knives being used. There's this white one and this black one here. Now if I put them both together in my hand and just pull out the black one, watch and see if you can see the switch take place. I'm going to hold this in my hand this way. Did you see it happen? Well, you see the black one's back over here and the white one is back over here. Now I'm going to try that again. This time I'm going to take the black one out once again. I'm going to take it entirely away so that there's a good amount of distance. And even with that distance, you can see that the black one comes back. And the white one is over here. That, folks, is the color changing knives. So I hope you enjoyed that. So the color changing knives, this effect has been around for a while. Some people attribute it to Walter Jeans. I'm holding up this book. This is, as far as I know, this is the only biography of Walter Jeans. Back in the day, when I used to go down to the Denny and Lee Magic Emporium on a regular basis, these books, this is a magical publication, by the way. It's Mike Caveney's organization. And this was one of the early ones that he published. And just to give you an idea of how rare this thing actually is, this is number 101 of 500. There were only 500 ever printed. Now, if you're going to read this book to try to understand the color-changing knives, forget it, okay? The color-changing knives really isn't dealt with in the book. The only reason I bring it here and show it to you is because Walter Jeans is credited. Now, I have not been able to find solid evidence that he actually invented the trick. So I don't know that he did, but if you do some online searching, if you go to Magicpedia, you go to the Genie forums, you go to the Magic forums, ask around, you're going to hear that Walter Jeans is credited with the trick. So I thought I'd show you the book. The big value in this book is the $1 Million Mystery. The $1 Million Mystery, the principle behind it, went into Doug Henning's effect called Things That Go Bump in the Night. Years later, David Copperfield did the same effect. It's a very impractical method if you're a regular platform stage performer or a close-up performer, but it is one of the great mysteries of magic, and it's fully detailed in this book. But like I said, this video is on the color changing knives, not necessarily Walter Jeans with the $1 Million Mystery. We can talk about that later. I, by the way, use the Scotty York knives. I'm hesitant to recommend these to you because they're very hard to get. They're no longer manufactured. But I've had a number of color-changing knife sets over the years, and I really prefer the Scotty York for reasons that, well, let's put it this way. When you put your hand in your pocket to get a Scotty York knife, you can tell which knife you're bringing out based on the way they feel in your hand. That's one of the things I love about the knives. Plus, they look like pocket knives. I mean, I have seen color-changing knives that they just don't look like something you'd carry in your pocket. Now, it depends on how you're doing the effect. I've done the effect on platform, and I use much bigger knives when I do it on platform, and I use silk handkerchiefs to cover them and so on. I don't recommend, I think the effect was intended to be a close-up effect. And so I did not perform it on stage and platform very long because it just doesn't play as well. If you're table hopping, this is a great effect, and I have done this table hopping to much success. Scotty York publishes a routine. The routine that I performed for you, I think, was Joe Mogar, I think. I'm not absolutely certain whose routine it is. Or it's a variation of, it's really a very basic routine. I just wanted to show you the basics of the color changing knives. And you know what? I think when you start out with a routine, you should start out extremely basic. What you don't want to do is have a lot of repetition in the routine. If you notice the way that routine is structured, there is not a lot of repetition, and I'm leading you to a certain hypothesis. Now, some people are going to present the color changing knives as a color change. As I mentioned when I perform the routine, I really personally don't go that way. I prefer the transposition, sort of like a miniature metamorphosis where Bess was locked in the trunk and then Houdini was on top and then they changed place. I like the idea of the transposition. And so when I present the knives, I'm going for that sort of a presentation as opposed to a color change. But the color changing knives, and Blaze, you asked many weeks ago now, you asked what are some of the things you can do when somebody says do a trick for me. I showed you the Crazy Man's handcuffs. Color changing knives is another good one. It's something that you can logically carry in your pocket. A lot of gentlemen still carry pocket knives, so you can carry them. They can't carry them on a plane, right? But you can carry these in your pocket most of the time, and it plays very well, as I'm sure you've seen. Now, if you're looking for material, if you're looking for instruction on the color changing knives, let me recommend this. This is The World's Greatest Magic by the World's Greatest Magicians series, DVD series by L&L Publishing. And this is the version on the color changing knives. Now, I believe you can get this by download, so you don't have to get the DVD if you're not interested in that. But Bill Malone has a routine, Johnny Thompson, Renee Levan, Steve Drawn, and Daryl all present routines, color-changing knife routines on this video. So I highly recommend that to you if you're interested in the effect. As I've mentioned, you can get a lot of different sets, and all of them have their pluses and minuses, their weaknesses and strengths. Again, the Scotty York, I probably will never change. I love the Scotty York set. Hey folks, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate that you do. Please subscribe if you have not already subscribed, and please comment down below because I love your comments. Have a great day. Take care, everyone.